Hello and welcome to NASCAR Smarts, the show that tests NASCAR knowledge of true race fans. Each team is awarded points for correct answers, and the chance to win goes up with each round. Without further delay, let's welcome your host, John Roberts.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to NASCAR Smarts. We're coming to you from the Pocono Raceway, and we are here to test your NASCAR knowledge. But we're going to start out with a very important question, and here it is. What is more disturbing than having one version of Rutledge Wood on a television show? Well, that is having two versions of Rutledge Wood on the television show. Some great race fans here at Pocono have brought Rutledge Wood #2 to us. Do you see Rut there? A pretty good likeness.
He looks really fantastic. That's all hand carved out of foam.
You know what the difference is between Rutledge Wood and the likeness?
What?
First of all, that one never says anything crazy. And second of all, about 2 pounds of hair gel.
Yeah. All right. that one looks like #2.
That is a really good likeness.
Thank
that is
you.
very well done. The head size is about right. Glasses are almost spot on. Let's meet our contestants on this version of NASCAR Smarts. It is Jake and Matthew. Jake, tell us a bit about yourself, sir.
I'm 20 years old. I'm from Nanticoke. Huge Junior fan. Love coming up here. I've been coming up here for 7 years. And I just got to say to Kyle and Rutledge, we're your worst nightmare. You're going down.
Wow.
They're going down.
Yeah.
Okay, Matthew.
Down.
Matthew, do you agree?
Yeah, sure, if he answers.
Whatever he says, you're down with.
You know, it's obvious that we probably are your worst nightmare because your dreams have been over since you've been pulling for juniors, so it makes no difference anyhow. Okay?
Let's get into round #1 before we get into more trouble here. This is the practice round on NASCAR Smarts. We start out that way because that's the way they started the racetrack. 30 points available for each one of the teams, and we will start out with our guest with question #1 of round #1. Gentlemen, please stay on task. Kyle has just struck Rutledge to start the show. He just struck him. All right, question #1 of round #1 goes to Jake and Matthew, and here it is. Which driver finished in the top 10 in both Pocono races in 2009? Was it Jimmy Johnson, Sam Hornish Jr., Denny Hamlin, or Carl Edwards?
Sam Hornish.
Nicely done, gentlemen, right off the bat. See, they are your worst nightmare,
That was
man.
good
From
answer.
Kyle
Good answer.
whatsoever.
All right.
Back over to Jake and Matthew for their second question of round #1. Which driver has competed in the most races at Pocono Raceway? Give you a hint. It's 55 races for this driver. Is it Mark Martin, Bill Elliott, Ricky Rudd, or Jeff Gordon?
Ricky Rudd.
Ricky.
You are correct, gentlemen.
Wow.
These guys have come to play.
Wow.
All correct answers
Did
so
y'all
far.
know
That's
each
good.
other before this show?
No.
It's
Okay.
working. It's
working
working out.
well.
Works for you.
It's natural. That's all.
Yeah.
They're like,
You
no,
two-
we
you
didn't
two
know
ever
each
met?
other. We just
No.
rode together. We bought tickets next to each other.
Oh, I knew him when I stood over there. I don't know him while I'm standing on this side.
They're hustling us. That's what's
knew.
happening.
I don't even know who either of you guys are
I don't
anymore.
even know who I am.
Let's take a look at the
Let's get
score.
a
Rutledge and Kyle 10,
Now
Jake
we're
and
ready.
Matthew 20. Go back to Jake and Matthew for another question here in round #1, and we warn you that the questions will begin to get harder momentarily. Now, which driver won at Pocono Raceway in his 22nd attempt at that track? Was it Kyle Petty, Dale Jarrett, Jeremy Mayfield, or Terry Labonte?
Did Kyle ever win?
What a random
did.
question.
Yeah.
What a random 22nd.
A random question. 22nd attempt.
Maybe DJ?
What's ever stopped us from being
I don't
random before, Kyle?
I'm actually
DJ.
thinking it's
You going with Dale Jarrett?
Yeah.
You would be incorrect. It is KP, Kyle Petty.
They have never
And
watched the show.
the question is, Kyle, did you know that?
Yeah, I had to wait until the 22nd, and then I could drink. You couldn't drink it until you were like 22nd, 21st, 22nd, right along there.
Your 21st race, you weren't allowed to drink.
Yeah, that was it.
So you drank before your 22nd race, is what you're saying.
I won, so I could drink. It's complicated.
Victory at
It is.
Pocono Raceway.
False.
That is correct. Jeremy Mayfield, Denny Hamlin both did it. And, guys, you did a great job.
Wow, with
Nicely
11
done.
seconds left.
11 seconds to spare, and they even had to confer a little bit. You guys could learn something from this
Because
group.
I don't want to brag,
Okay.
but that may have been
That
the
was good.
biggest tromping in the true false section ever.
It could have been.
That's impressive.
Rutledge and Kyle have 160. Jake and Matthew have 180. When we come back for our final round, we're going to talk about champions racing here at Pocono, and you have an opportunity to bet any, all, or none of the points you have left. So it's big money, and I hope Kyle cheers up by the end of this thing. I just don't like him being so angry. Driver to win the fall event at Pocono and then go on to win the championship. Was it Dale Jarrett, Rusty Wallace, Bobby Labonte, or Jeff Gordon? You have 20 seconds. Everything on the line here, guys. How about this?
You got it?
Jeff, it was 98, I believe.
Jeff Gordon in 1998
wow.
is
Excellent
correct. They
answer.
have doubled their point total, and therefore have, well, kicked a little bit of butt
Yes, they have.
on KP and Rudd.
Hey, we can
Nicely
admit
done,
when
guys.
we've had
They
a
were
beating.
confident,
That was
and you know
solid.
what?
Good
They
job.
gave the
Good
year,
answer.
too.
Good
They
answer.
did.
Excellent.
We
Good
didn't
answer.
ask the year, but you gave it to us anyway. Nicely done, guys. Are you embarrassed at all, Kyle? You?
No, I don't care. I'm mad. I'm standing right here. I'm moving.
John, we're okay with it. He and I are going to talk about it. We'll
That's
be
their
fine.
deal. Whatever they say.
Again, the only difference is about 2 pounds of hair gel between those two
That's it.
Rutledges. We can see the likeness, though. Thanks, everybody, for joining us for this edition of NASCAR Smarts on Speed. We hope we tested your NASCAR knowledge, and we hope you keep it right here on Speed all weekend long. Congratulations to Jake and Matthew, and thanks to the Osbornes for bringing up the second Rutledge.
Unstoppable.
Come on.
Thanks for joining us on NASCAR Smarts. If you'd like to be a contestant on NASCAR Smarts, just come to the speed stage and sign up to be a speed fanatic. And cross your fingers, you could be the next contestant on NASCAR Smarts.